Welcome to Community Cuts, hosted by Salon Leahy, located at 732 Wharton Avenue between Prospect Place and Prospect Place. If you're looking for a beautician, excellent beautician, experienced beautician, 718-230-4100, Salon Leahy. We're going to be talking about hot topics in Brooklyn. We had a guest that canceled out with us today. He'll be back next week, hopefully. Ralph Carter from Good Times. So we're here talking about Brooklyn because we're all about Brooklyn. My fellow host today, Ricky James. Ricky, how you doing, Ricky?
I'm doing well. Duke, my brother from another mother.
I love that.
we have just the two of us today, and
Yes.
we were looking forward to Mr. Carter. I was, because of the fact that at one point Mr. Carter, as young as he was, on Good Times, was out of in the streets looking for places to present himself. And one place we were online at a disco, and Ralph Carter and a DJ came and asked if he can get online with us. And I said, sure, Carter, Mr. Carter, you can get right in front of me. And he stood online and got into the disco. So that's my take on Mr. Carter. I hope he does remember.
Well, hopefully he'll be back next week, or he'll be here next week. The 11th hour, he had to cancel out, but I wish him well. And I think that hopefully he'll be here next week, and we'll talk about that. We have some good shows that's coming up this month as well. We're going to be talking about the Barclays Center and things that happened prior to the Barclays Center being built. People from Community Board 8 is going to be coming on and talking about the show, talking about the things that happened prior to the Barclay being there. So it's going to be a pretty contested, and people are going to speak their minds. And Ricky, we talked about the buildings downtown Brooklyn.
Yes. The issue I would like to discuss is the FX Collaborative, a corporation, a company, downtown Brooklyn on Duffield Street, historic Duffield Street, the Black Abolition Row. They are in the issue of having a grasp on construction downtown. They have the tower which was done by an architectural firm, a studio down in Manhattan. They did build it behind the Dime Savings Bank, which was saved. It was a historic building. It was looked at as something that was like the Roman Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum down in Rome, the Pantheon.
Oh, okay.
And it was looked at by many preservationists and architects to save it from being destroyed. So instead of destroying it, they cut off the back of the Dime Savings Bank and built the dome, a 97-story tower.
I know.
It's the biggest building in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Tallest.
Yeah.
So it was really a structural magnification of what is past and what is present.
And the Empire State Building is 102 stories.
Yes.
102. So it's not that, it's not that far from the, in terms of the height.
From the 7 stories.
Yeah.
7 stories. Yeah.
So family, we are Brooklyn based. We're talk about Brooklyn. We talk about things that's happening in Brooklyn, and there's a few things that's going on, and that is important to our hearts, and for the progress of Brooklyn. We tend to, we're anchored here, and what we call ourselves is independent media, and talking about Brooklyn. So we have a lot of things that's happening through. Even the paradigm is shifting here in Brooklyn, and matter of fact, it's in entire world, and people are wondering what's going on. We talked about, I think. Well, we're happy that the government shutdown has it's been halted, but at the same time, there's an issue with the healthcare, and so we are going to have our politicians come on the show and talk about that because it needs to be explained to our communities here in Brooklyn. And I'm going to ask Hakeem Jeffries to come out. He's been on our show before and to give us his point of view of what's really happening in Washington, D.C., and others that we can explain that as well. It's very important for us to know because it's about our communities, nothing more than that but our communities. Rick?
Well, Clinton Hills, where I live, is a community that's growing. It has already presented to the fact that it needs to expand, not by land mass, but by programming and issues of enhancing what is already there. They have a society of Clinton Hills. It meets once a month, but it sometimes skips a month or two and don't meet, and that is very derogatory. It doesn't seem to have any substance, and there's so much going on in Clinton Hills. It's like the 57th district is moving and grooving, and with Papa and the issue of the community council, and they vote on things, and they do create an atmosphere of something that's going on in Clinton Hills, but most people don't come out. And when Hakeem Jeffrey does hold an issue, they have marches from Hakeem Jeffrey's home to Clinton Hills, and over to Crown Heights. It is representing the two neighborhoods. So I see a correlation of the two.
Yeah, I think that now that we have a new mayor that's going to be coming on board January 1st, 2026, I think the community now has to ask questions. You got to talk to Zoran Mandani, and you want answers, and you got to ask questions. So we have to come together as a collective and come out and ask questions of the new mayor. It's now or I wouldn't say now or never, but it is now that we should come out and make our thoughts, make our let him know our issues.
Well, I haven't seen Mandami set out a goal for his platform for mayorship. Maybe it's too early. Maybe it's something that he has not planned as of yet. Maybe because of the fact that they have not officially counted all the votes and all the issues of payments and platforms for all the politicians that are on Mandami's team. So I see them sitting on a panel to speak on what they are going to do, but it was nothing compared to what could be done for the new mayor. So I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm also thinking that he has to give us, he has to give us his vision. And once we know his vision, if it's a collective vision for the city of New York, and particularly since I love Brooklyn, it has to be a vision for Brooklyn too as well, that we have to know his vision, because without that vision, we do perish. So I'm hoping that as a communities throughout Brooklyn will come out and ask questions. And I will invite him to the show, as well as others, to see what his vision for our community. And I think that's important to know his vision.
Yep. I did have this conversation with an Indian teacher about concentration and focus. What is more important to the student today, being a constructive concentrator with their work, or a focused individual with their issues that they're studying. He could not figure out, he could not contemplate or collectively collaborate what it was that I was speaking about, but he did say that it is a good issue for us to be speaking about. So I'm looking forward to speaking to him further. His name is Amin, something in that nature. Amy, something in that nature. But it was a good conversation.
And family in Brooklyn and all over, but particularly in Brooklyn, I think that we have to tap into the God that's within us and start to work on us, work on the inner man, because no one's going to come out and help us but you, yourself. And so once you're able to tap in, I mean, it's great to know politicians, great to know whomever is in power or politically a part of our structure, but the structure that you need to know is you, the God that's within you. So a lot of times we forget that, we forgo that, and we don't tap into the God that's within us and try to figure out the answers or try to get the answers from within, because everything is within you. Everything outside of you doesn't really matter. It matters what's in you. So as one of the founders of Community Cuts, I am speaking from the heart, and I want our people to start believing and start tapping into the God that's within them. And once you do that, anything is possible.
I have a personal issue with Duke.
Okay, let it go.
Catherine is on my heart and my soul. Is whether or not she is well, healthy, and all right. It is on my mind. I do tune into her programs on Fridays, but sometimes I do miss the opportunity to listen to her and her program on her Heart of Mine. And it is not a fault of hers that she is missing being here at Community Cuts. The issue was her brother is not in the right frame of mind or right frame of health. I tried to collaborate with her about what it is that she is taking care of or being concerned about. But I did say that I hope that everything's okay. And she said, thank you for the compliment and the word of advice or the word of health. And she left it at that. So I guess Catherine will stay on my mind until she is back in her seat and back in her array of good wit for this program.
Yeah. I do concur with that, with what you just said, your statement. At the same time, we have to lift her up as well, our community, as well as you and I, lift her up in prayers and her family, because at the end of the day, we're one. We're one as a family. And so when one hurts, everybody hurts.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we have to lift her up, and she's in our prayers, and we have to keep moving forward, and hopefully she will, everything will work out for her, because that's what we want, the best. We're looking for the best for everybody.
Yep.
And once you are Brooklyn, once you're fine, Brooklyn, I'm fine, because this is the place that I grew up in. This is the place that I know. And I've seen it from, from the east to the west and the north to the south in Brooklyn. So we want things to work. We have over 2 million people in Brooklyn, and that's my main concern. Uh, Trust me, I love everything else outside of Brooklyn, but Brooklyn is my main concern. That's where I'm anchored, and so we want to make sure that everybody gets represented. Everybody will be representative in Brooklyn, and so that's where I'm coming from. So Ricky, you also talked about something else about the architect.
Yes, about Cornell Well Burn Center in New York City, in Manhattan. That is the world's most powerful hospital for burn unit. When you are burned severely in a fire, in a accident in your home, and they send you to Cornell, well, that means that it is a serious matter and it is being taken into consideration of this entire planet. There is a doctor that came to our meeting last night. He was on staff. He was for skin grafts and that nature. He did speak on the fact that, well, I asked him personally a question about whether or not there's different materials that they use now for skin grafts. And he did say, yes, there is. There's two different types of materials, and there's two different types of ways of putting the material into use. And when you use it, it can be used as different ways for that material. So we did discuss that for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I again came out with the understanding that we are in good hands with Burn Center and burn issues with this city. So if at all that there is a study or a issue that we are interested or that you are interested in, do contact them. Google, make a reach out to that fact that you're interested in Burn Center and the type of materials used for burns. And I did leave it at that, and we went on about another subject.
One thing that comes to my heart is mental health issues. We do have a person who's going to be coming on to Community Cuts, and they are going to be talking about mental health issues because there's a lot of stuff that's happening here in Brooklyn. And I want them to talk about, at least you can get some information because a lot of mental health issues are really popping up throughout Brooklyn. I'm sure it's popping up throughout the state as well, but I know about Brooklyn because I'm here. And I got these people these young men and a young lady that's in the field that will talk about that and why it's so imperative and give us some kind of structure about the mental health issues and why, because there's a lot of people out there. At the same time that things are happening through from DC to New York, my family, I'm just going to tell you to be mindful of everything. Be mindful because there's a lot of issues that's happening throughout Brooklyn and throughout our country. But I want us to be mindful. I read an article about an Uber driver that is tainted water, and he puts he's an Uber driver, and he's asking people, "Do you want a bottle of water?" While they're in their Uber, and when they take the bottle, they drink it, and they fall asleep.
Mm.
So it's important to be mindful about what people are doing to our food or liquid. And to me, when you get in the Uber, if somebody offers you a bottle of water, say no, because you don't know what's in that water. And so you have to be mindful, because our day, you know, everything is very dark and gloomy. We don't know what the next man will do or the next woman will do. And sometimes it's just for the love of money or the love of something else. But at the same time, I want my community, Brooklyn, to be mindful. And if I'm speaking to others throughout the country, yes, I'm talking to you as well. So be mindful about anyone offering you water, especially if you're in the car, an Uber car. So that being said, our shows is we're gonna end it tonight because we don't have a lot to say tonight. But at the end of the day, hopefully our guest will come back, which is next Friday, Michael from Good Times. So we're hoping for that to happen, for him to come back and be on the show. I want to say thank you to our viewers, and give us a thumbs up. We're trying to build our channel, and we want to make sure that our voices are heard and our voices are authentic. We talk to the people, and we want to make sure that everyone can hear.
Again, Donatella could not make it tonight. She was invited someplace in Brooklyn. I know I miss her enlightening conversation and the things that she does say. It might be derogatory to some people, but it is enlightening. So I do miss Donatella and do expect her to come back.
Well, family in NYC, particularly in Brooklyn, I want to say thank you for this, giving us the opportunity to come into your homes, giving us the opportunity to speak to you. And we're Brooklynites, and yes, we're talking to particularly Brooklyn. And yes, we want the best for Brooklyn. And yes, we want to make sure that you learn how to tap into the God that's within you. There's no other God but the God that's within you, not the God outside of you, but the God within you. And all things can happen. So with that being said, I want to say good night to our Brooklynites, and we'll see you next week, same time, same station at 7 o'clock or 7:15. We're here. God bless you, family, and good night.
Good night.